And from Detroit, Michigan, we have JRus in the studio. What's going on?
Nothing much. How you guys doing out there?
Hey, great to have you here.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Of course, JRus did the song Bounce, so that song appeared in the movie To Save a Life, but there's a lot more to JRus, and we'll find that out in just a little bit, but you got something to share with us?
Yeah, Numbers chapter 23, 19 and 20. Listen to what it says, guys. God is not a man, so he does not lie. He is not human, so he does not change his mind. Has he ever spoken and failed to act? Has he ever promised and not carried it through? Listen, I received a command to bless. God has blessed and cannot reverse it. Let me tell you guys something. Whatever you put your hand on, God will make it prosper. He cannot lie. If you have Jesus living inside of your heart, listen, he puts dreams in every single one of you guys. If you have a dream in your heart, if you want to be a rock star for Jesus, if you want to be a pastor, if you want to be a teacher, if you want to be a doctor, listen, go for your dreams with everything that you have. Listen, when I was 15 years old, God spoke to my spirit. He said, JRus, man, I want you to rap. I want you to touch young people. Listen, when I was 21 years old, I rapped in Dominican Republic, the Caribbean island. Check this out. 30,000 people in attendance. And guess how many people got saved? Over 25,000 people. Wow. Listen, it doesn't happen overnight. It takes time. But if you diligently seek the Lord and you pray and you're on your knees and you're serious about God and you're serious about touching people, he will bring it to pass. Because why? Numbers 23, 19, and 20. He is a God, and he is the God, and he cannot lie. Whatever he puts in your spirit, he will bring it to pass. And I'm a living example.
Wow. Awesome. Great word. Yep, you're right. What God says, he has to do what he says.
That's right, brother.
All right. Great word, JRus.
Thank you.
Well, tell us about, we got lots to talk about with you, but since you mentioned that, in Dominican you said it was?
Dominican, I've been to Honduras, I've been to Nicaragua, I've been all over the place. I just did a huge concert with the National Assemblies of God Youth Convention in Detroit, Michigan. And it was absolutely insane. There was about 15,000 people. I got to perform. I got to speak in the workshops. It was totally awesome. God just opens up door after door after door. I've been all over the place preaching the gospel, and I just love it.
All right. Well, let's get to the very beginning then. How did it come about for you? How did all this start happening?
Okay, so check it out. I'm 14 years old on the 15 years old on the varsity tennis team at my school. My buddy Sean Francis is like, man, we should start rapping. I'm like, rapping? The only rapper I knew was the Christian rapper T-Bone.
Yeah.
And I remember his rap in his song. It goes like this: I got more flavors than Biggity Basket Robbins. They got 31, but I got like 232. And that's the only rap I knew. But check this out. We started downloading all these instrumentals offline. That's when Napster was really big. And we just started writing about our tennis team. We had this Filipino coach. He was about 5'2" and just a crazy character. And so we wrote a whole CD, 10 songs about our tennis team. We were bumping it in the school hallways. Everyone was cracking up. But then I got an idea. I said, you know what? I could turn around these songs and start rapping for Jesus. So then that's how it started. I started rapping in my youth group. Then this youth group called me up. Then that youth group called me up. Then this family got on board. Then that family got on board. One level to the next level to the next level to the next level. Once God puts that dream in your spirit, you have to run with it. And that's what I did. And I'm just so thankful and so happy that I'm here today, and God is faithful. So that's how it really all started.
So you've pretty much known Jesus all your life then?
Yep, my dad's a pastor of a church in Detroit, Michigan, and I've been rocking since I've been in the womb.
And God, sounds like God's been doing some big things just in your family in general.
Yeah, totally awesome. My brother's a international crusade evangelist, and he's also a youth evangelist across America. And he did his first international crusade when he was 20 years old. I believe there's a verse in the Bible. It says, do not say I am too young. And that's the message I have for you guys today. Do not say that you are too young. You can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. You know what I'm saying? So check this out. 20 years old, my brother's preaching in the Caribbean. He raised over $50,000, 20 years old. He was still at Oral Roberts University, a junior. And he took a team of 30 people down there. And we did 3 crusades back to back to back, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And we were there 5 days before, preaching in the schools, bringing people, telling them, bring them to Jesus, healing the sick. And let me tell you something, they all came out for the crusades, and it was awesome. And we've been doing that for, man, past 7-8 years.
Wow.
It's been awesome.
Incredible.
Yeah,
Well, can you stick around for the Power 20 today?
let's do it.
All right, well, we'll talk more with JRus in just a little bit, but right now, we got his song Bounce. Now, there was a version of Bounce that was in the movie.
Correct.
So you've redid the song. Kind of tell us the story between the first and now the remix.
Okay, so Bounce has actually been out for, I want to say, 3.5, 4 years.
Really?
And it was originally written for the Detroit Pistons and Citizens Bank, okay?
Oh, wow.
And they had this whole idea about bouncing basketball, this, and this, and I got plugged in with it, but it didn't end up happening. So I had this song Bounce, and I was praying. I'm like, God, I know this is an awesome song. I'm like, you got to do something with it. So one handshake after the next handshake, after the next handshake, and then the handshake after that. I get a phone call from my buddy in LA. He says, JRus, we want to use an Eminem or Jay-Z song for this spot in the movie, but I told him about you. And he goes, I told him about your song Bounce. Can we use that? I go, well, let me pray about it. No, I'm just kidding. I'm like, yeah, man, let's do it. Let's rock out. And so that's how it happened. And the director calls me. He's like, there's a spot in the movie, you know, there's a bunch of guys and girls walking in, and it's really hyped. There's skateboarders, this and that. He goes, talk about, you know, things in high school, make it cool, make it hip, you know, but still keep the message. So I got a little hipper version in the movie, but the version you're about to hear right now is straight from the throne room, and just let it minister to you. It's hot, fresh out the press. Fresh.
Fresh.
The pressure's on.
Yeah, fresh is on. All right, new version of Bounce from JRus on Yes FM.